This is your daily market review for Monday, November 20th, 2023. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka The Trading Agent. This is your daily market review. Monday, November 20th, 2023, week of Thanksgiving. Hopefully you're doing well. Should be an exciting week. Light volume potentially. Actually, not potentially. Absolutely. And things are going to get probably a little wild. People are expecting one direction only. And that's usually when things start going a little haywire, as you guys might imagine. Holiday week. A lot of things going on. Seeing some crazy, insane deals. Like I saw something where you can turn in your iPhone and get an iPad, an iPhone, and a new watch. Apple must be struggling. I'm seeing a lot of indicators about retail sales slowing. The leading indicators come out. I think we had 13 straight months of negative leading indicators. Again, this is a silent recession that's built on government spending and what I would say, making things look better, and then more debt relief. It's interesting to see how this all plays out. Again, when in doubt, define your risk, have stops, be aware you can be wrong. Everybody who doesn't do that will at some point find humility. They will meet their maker, meaning the market maker will come for you. So if you're new to the channel, check out the Discord room. Link is in the description below. Back to Basics series also on YouTube. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get the live alerts. Try to do one probably tomorrow. If you're new to the channel, check out thetradingagent.com. Get your referral. Also, if you're looking to move brokerage, I'm telling you, I think at some point one of these brokerages is going to go out of belly up. Don't get caught in survivorship. Back to Basics is also on the website. And then also, too, if you haven't got your 5.4%, everyone I know has it, loves it. Leave a comment below. Honestly, if you have the Marcus account and you like the app is amazing. I was just looking at it before I got here. Love how everything's set up. It's well worth it. Use the link below. Get 5.4%. Share it with your friends, family, and then you'll get extra months. This is what's amazing about it, is every time you share it, you get 3 months of higher yielding account. And so it's an easy share, especially when people start realizing you got to get under that 250. Do not get stuck. Also posting stuff from this on X. Again, a lot of hate on X lately. It seems like the powers that be are now want to get rid of free speech. Saw this today and posted this a couple minutes ago. This is kind of one of the things that I'm watching for. I shorted Apple today, small. Yep. Yep. Litigation. Yep. Way behind in AI, apparently. PE. This is the issue. At this point, I don't think they deserve a positive PE. All right. Fed Watch tool, again, leading indicators came out today. Absolutely disgusting. Well, this is growing. Remember, this was like, I don't know, 20, 30%. Now the May cut is the majority. Let's see what March is. I'm just curious. Okay, not there yet, but the May Fed cut, 100%. It's coming. Bitcoin holding up pretty well. Did it? I mean, I don't feel like this is not refresh. Let me just eat fresh, refresh. No, I don't care. Yeah, holding up pretty well. Just curious. Again, I don't trust any of these names, especially commodities or / anything what I would consider, I don't know, till the Feds pivot. Commodities, Bitcoin, gold, all that stuff. Could be wrong. Could be right here. Again, history has proven that the best time to buy this stuff is when the Feds pivot, because there will be liquidation breaks. There will be issues in the markets, and everything will get flushed. I try to have this conversation. People go, that never happens. And I'm like, okay. I mean, it typically does happen. And again, they throw the baby out with the bathwater. That's the problem here. And again, I don't know what the eventual low in oil, Bitcoin, maybe gold, natural gas ends up being. Again, all these names, I think they look a little stuck. But my point being is that what? I think you'll find at some point when they throw the baby out with the bathwater, that last drop will have 0% chance of backing up. It'll be just like the beginning of the bull market. Dollar posted this, said watch the 29s. So far, so good. I mean, I'm not surprised. Light market week. TLT, the bond auction, I don't know how to grade it. I guess it wasn't terrible. But again, light volume, watching how things hold up in the 90s. VIX, a gift down here, right? I mean, an absolute gift down here. Come on. Vixen, just kind of pulling that through there, as showing people like, look at this thing. Can't get much lower for the Qs. Vivix, or the NASDAQ composite. Yeah, holding the range. So all these things look good. SPY, we talked about 455 on the weekend recap. You got it. I mean, could we fill the gap? Always possible. I like shorting days like today after big moves. Maybe you got the 3 gap trap, right? 3 big gaps. This big up green move. You know, you see that a lot at tops. Right? Even if it's just a pullback. Again, I'm just trading this stuff. I think, again, this is where it's going to be a struggle. Is I don't know if you'll get to buy the dip. So you get some big greens on the highs, whatever. It's always a good starting point. Small, feeler bet, not all in by any means. My question becomes is if we do get profit taking into the end of the month, right, is there going to be a dip? And that's where I think, sorry, not a dip, but a buy at some point. And that buy, meaning new money coming in, that could be an interesting spot. Because again, I really struggle with the idea that we're going to break out. I mean, it's just going to be, it's going to be hard. It's going to be choppy and sloppy. QQQQ, clearly. Making new highs, but not new all-time highs. Again, this is the kind of stuff you want to fake out, right? Like, here you go. Breaks below, then gives it back. Breaking out, fake out. Maybe it just, again, you have NVIDIA's earnings, so that's where I'm saying be careful, be thoughtful. NVIDIA earnings tomorrow after they close, right? You got some, who else you got tomorrow? You got ANF before. You got Lowe's, Baidu. You got a few names. IWM doesn't really look that strong. Again, lagging dramatically. Zadia did get over the 350 area. See if it holds. Did it fill this gap? Getting close. Let's see what happens. Again, just keep an eye on this stuff. Gold. I love gold long term. Short term, I doubt it. I just don't trust it. I really don't. And this is the thing people say, oh, Dan, you don't know what you're talking about. And it's like, I mean, at this point, do you want to be early? Because every time it gets up into this area, it just fails. I'd rather wait for the penultimate, because here you go. That left shoulder was pretty long-winded. Could the right shoulder be the same thing? And I've said this, I think 1,000 times. It's not, I haven't drawn it on the weekly, but here, let me, I wouldn't be surprised if we just tap the primary trend at some point. Maybe another 200-week touch. I could be wrong. Again, demand is there. It's just a paper game. That's what people just get pissed off. And I'm like, the paper game's the problem. Silver you would think would be breaking out. See, this is what's hard. It's hard to trust gold with silver not breaking out. It's hard to trust gold without the miners ripping. They look like they've been shitting. 36 should be up there. They look like crap. Excuse my language, but that's the reality here. Like, you would think these things would be flying. Fly me to the moon. No, it's like fly you to the dumpster. I'm telling you, these things they're not acting right. AG should be at 8. No. AEM should be at 50s, 60s. I don't know. I mean, you see my point here is that these names aren't acting like they're leading the metals. Because again, the miners lead the metals. People go, well, how is that true? Well, think about why. Because they're the most risky play associated with the actual underlying commodity. And when people are buying those things, they know that the commodity is going to go higher, like smart money. Why the fudge is no one buying these things down here? Because people don't believe in them. That's again, Fed pivot has always been the best time. That's just how history has worked out. If history is wrong occasionally, again, there's outliers. That would be it. TSM hits the hundo. Let's get into Tecker. Watching. Double topper. Micron. Again, these names are just all over like wide and loose. Like, I'm not shorting this one. Got stopped out of some names, but that's just the nature of the beast. Like, again, you got to survive. Watching AMD in the 120s. Finally, the NVIDIA gets over in 500. Back testing trend lines? Question mark? Keep an eye on that. Right? I mean, here, let's just draw it like it could be, or it should be. It's not a perfect trend line. Right? Like, maybe something like that. Man, my chart's getting a little dirty. Let me clean this off real quick. Clean that out. Yeah, okay. Keep an eye on it. I mean, everybody's getting pretty excited. Intellectual property, got to give them credit. Popping. Said this on the weekend recap. Check out this 44 plus area. 200-day, 200-week. Straight line move up to it. It's probably going to reject. if I had to guess. Keep an eye on it. SMH, again, this is just mind-boggling. Back up to new highs. Volumes are dying. It's interesting you got a lot of like distributive red up here, but okay. I mean, this is why stops are, because if you just don't have them and something changes and then the news comes later and you know why, ouch. Adobe, if you go look on the weekly, we're at some important areas up here. Watching this low 600s. Apple took the short on it today. Filled the gap. Nice little red, or sorry, not red. Nice little pop over it. Not surprised. Light volume. Decent little volume in the sense of like today comparatively for this time of the year. But I mean, this is kind of what I'm watching up here. And I love the big red volume. And again, I'm not saying that this thing has to dump down to 182. But for a short, I'll take it. Take it for a little ride, a little spin. Again, I think whatever gets dropped could get bought at, again, the first dip. I don't see, here's what we talk about. First dip got bought, right? At some point, there's probably going to be a dip. And then there's going to be a buy. And then everyone will go, gotta get in now. And then it's probably pulling the rug. Amazonian. Holding up here. Again, they got prime stuff. So just don't be surprised if these things, some of these names hold up better than others. CRM, watching this area. The Guggenheim. GOOG, head and shoulders top. I'd be watching the hell out of this 139, 140. Meta like a high miho. I mean, if you zoom out on the monthly, weekly. Sorry, I'm just switching charts behind the scenes. You can see that there might be some upside into this 340s. Just keep that in the back of your noggin. Mr. Softy, all this stuff. I mean, all the headlines. All you can say is that there's volatility up here. Just keep an eye on it. NDAQ. Oh, shiznit. I got to put that one. I had it on my radar. NDAQ. Love this up here. Watching this. MicroStrategy, again, with Bitcoin holding up. Not surprised it came back. But here, I mean, this candle looks very ominous. Netflix. Holding up better. Thought 450 would be about it. But again, check out the weekly. You can see it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for this thing. Again, their growth is peaked. I mean, and again, they can raise prices all they want, but they're not adding subscribers dramatically. Roblox, waiting for this to get flattened and beaten. Tesla fills the gap, 100-day. I mean, I would need some sort of higher move to short that one. Costco, liking the action up here. Like this gap down is a professional gap, right? This is all Walmart stuff, earnings, but chop around a little bit. That's fine. Starbucks, talked on the weekend recap. This looked like an absolute shorty McShorterson. Yeah, a little follow through. So now what you do is you watch for a pop. Watch for the pop, and then I think you can short that. The Federal Express, all my names for stocks. Watching this 100-day. The Caterpillar, meow. Man, I'd love the 250s. It's too bad it didn't pop today because I didn't get any. Nucor, probably should have taken a stab at that one today. Keep it on your watch list. The VALE, holding up pretty well. I mean, we talked about this global growth name. I think the Argentina results, again, this is really tough. When I look at the weekly, I go, ugh. All right, and just do me a favor. Like, you got the big VAP zone here. Like, let them throw the baby out with the bathwater again at some point. Check it out then. Good old Arrow. We talked about copper getting pounded. This one, as you might not surprise. I mean, it's chopping at the lows. Could this be a little short-term bottom? I mean, you could fill the gap. Maybe you could get up to 14s. I don't know. CCJ holding up really well. Got to give it credit where credit is due. Sometimes you're wrong. And again, not sometimes. You're going to be wrong. That's the nature of the beast. I love when people go, you idiot. You're never right. And I'm like, and let me guess, you're always right? No. Again, we admit when we're wrong. We try to admit as often and as quickly as possible. CF, we talk about ag names. We like them long-term, but we're just going to let them get pounded. Pound town, get them crushed. Mosaic, we said a couple weeks, I guess like last week, thought it could bounce. I mean, there's your little bounce, 32, 37. I mean, that's a solid 10% plus move. I mean, I don't know how much more it's got in it. NTR, chopping around. AA, chop, chop. Chibita, chop, chop, chop. Got to give financials credit here. God, it's so hard on the Monday. Holding up. I mean, could you get in? I mean, we said 35s over the weekend. Keep an eye on it. JP Mo was interesting because if you watched it all day, it seemed to just build. And then at the end, it's like someone just, here in the 10-minute, you could see someone just like, I'm out. Get me out of here. So keep an eye on that. Again, I'd like the financials. I think they have the most risk. We've talked about this. They have the most risk. And then you have the Magnificent Seven. They have the most risk because 99% of institution hedge funds and mutual funds own them. There's no one left to buy. And it's not like small retail players like the average guy and gal is making a dent in that. So keep an eye on it. Morgan Stanley, again, I'd love to see the trend line. Bank of America, we got our 30 level. Trend line. Goldman Sachs, I mean, that was up all day too. Look at the close. Same thing. Dogecoin. Carry. 45s. We talked about it. 45. Shade 45. Watching this stuff. 200-day. Right? XBI. I mean, a lot of people are getting... I mean, it's crazy because I saw a lot of people going, ooh, risk on. Let's buy these today. Not acting so hot. Again, we talked a lot of the indexes over the weekend. Airbnb is interesting because the government's going after them and it popped today. I got an alarm. Set your alarm. 132. Right? Solar, talked about. Due to pop. Just leave it alone. Remember, the new spending bill has some $3.5 billion, I think, in battery subsidies. These names are due to bounce. They've been absolutely fucking slaughtered. Excuse my language. Just let them bounce. ENPH. First Solar is getting interesting, though. Watching. Again, I would think that the better short, just between you and I, if you're listening, would be this 170s if you got to the Hundo Dizzo, right? Remember, this thing has like crazy moves. So being early big, be careful. Don't do that. Don't do that. Please. All right. Anyway, here we go. HYG, watching this triangle. Again, we don't trust it. Oil. It is going to make things tough for the feds when this stuff is all over the place rallying. UNG. Oh, shit. Under 6. Ouch. Ugh. XOP. What's up? I mean, really wish the 20-day. Again, I'll be paying attention a little more later this week. Again, I think Apple's going to have issues because, again, I hadn't seen commercials for their Black Friday. I mean, they're literally trading any iPhone, which means could be any old piece of crap, and they're giving you a new one, an iPad, and a watch. I mean, what? I mean, yeah, they might turn a lot of these overs, and maybe Verizon or whatever company's like subsidizing, but holy crap, there's no mark. It can't be. I mean, that sounds like inventory unloading, not actually like strength. I mean, what is? I mean, giving away your product? What? 20-day watching Exxon Mobil. I mean, that's interesting. The good old Oxybear. Chop. MPC, we talked about watching this pop. 150 area gasoline demand. Riding through the snow, no gasoline necessary. Yeah, I mean, all these names, they look a little suspect. EQT closed like 40. He said watching again. I mean, some of these names just don't move, but that's just the nature of the beast. And then Flex LNG. Again, this had a nice little pop, and it's like, come on back now, you hear? All right, if you have any questions, please reach out. I appreciate all the love, support, the generous donations. Also, if you have any questions with real estate, please do not hesitate to reach out. I'll keep talking to them. I'm like, man, this is the time to either score heavily on big deals, or if you're selling your house, you got to be very tactical, very smart. How are you going to offer? Again, maybe you get a higher price, but you offer what? You subsidize their loan, buy down their rate. Maybe you offer some sort of concessions. I mean, there's a lot of things to do. And so if you have questions, please reach out. Love you guys. Have a great night. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.